It's showtime. Yes. Wow, they tried cutting me off just before we start. That's a bit cruel, but we fight on. We never give up. Now, boys and girls, can I get a 5x5 audio and visual check, please, before we crack on? Okie dokie. Wow. Blimey. Right, let me just see. Yes. Eartha again. You're always first. Check it out. So that's good. We can crack on. Before we do, I had a notification from my PA. Yes, someone wanted me to show you this. Yes, I know it's real, and yes, it's been put away, but it's come out just to say thanks, really, to all of you awesome subscribers to this channel, and it's a little bit of encouragement from our good friend across the pond. John Preparation. It's just turned 55,000 on his YouTube channel, which is awesome. With a bit of luck, we can get him onto 100k just like me. Yes, sir. So, without further ado, let's get down to business, shall we? Now, we are going to be expecting quite a lot of people in the house tonight, and I do apologise in advance with donations as they're coming in because I'm not going to be able to look at the chat very much. But every now and again, I've figured out that there's a section on StreamYard called Stars, and it shows up all of those donations. So that is brilliant. So let's crack on, shall we? Um, Welcome to 729 new subscribers in 7 days. Now, that's fantastic because we're slowly getting up to the average, which is just over 1,000 subscribers subscribing a week. Now, lots of my old school viewers will know that I've been massively shadow banned for talking about information like this. Everything was crazy. I was losing 30 to 40 subscribers a week. No one was getting notified, etc. So it looks like we've turned the corner because my motto is there's always a way, and you should never give up. All right. You stick to the truth, you follow your heart, and you do no matter what. Forget the fear. You're going to be a winner. So, yes, 729 new subscribers. Now, just quickly, for you guys who have just turned up, who don't know me at all, etc., this is your first time, welcome. This YouTube is now my full-time job. It just happened about September last year, and it's been difficult. It's not as easy as you would probably think to make a living from YouTube. So donations are welcome, but you don't have to. If you can, it really, really helps. I'd advise you check all of the links below because it gives you details about how you can donate, and also the regular stuff in the live chat is all switched on. And I know some of you guys love to do super chats and super stickers. That's fantastic. But as always, you don't need to, but it really, really helps more than you can imagine. PayPal too is another good one. Friends and family, all of the donations goes to the channel rather than they take a cut, etc. Also, there's loads of new discount codes and links to kit, loads of kit and equipment, especially for you new guys entering into the world of preparedness. You are going to save a fortune, and it helps the channel too. So that's pretty good. Also, a big thanks to 6 new members, and I believe we had another one join just earlier, so that makes 7. So awesome. The community is growing. I've kept it to the cheapest tier possible, £3 something, and it's really good because it all helps. It really helps. So, um, also there is two. Wow, there's more members. Check it out. Fantastic. We'll get to that in a sec. I'm not going to miss you guys out, I promise. Okay, and I never break a promise. What else is there? Welcome to 2 new moderators who have just been made moderators over from Prepper Nation. My brother from another mother across the pond in the US of A. And you will see the 2 new blue spanners in the house tonight, which is fantastic. Also, there is all of the links I could possibly find backing up all of the source material which we are going to discuss in tonight's show. That is in the description box underneath this video. All you need to do is find out where the word in dark bold lettering saying more, you click onto that or tap onto that if you're on your phone, and it just opens up all of the description box. And within that is, like I said, it's all of the source links. Okay. I do get people now and again saying, look, you're just making it up, you're all fear mongering. No, anyone in this community would absolutely jump on my side and say, no, mate, this is a non BS channel. Everything is linked below. Okay. So no one can shoot me on that one. Um, Also, before we crack on, this is very weird. All right. I've got to show you this because I've not seen this happen before. Some of you guys, hold on, let me just come out of that and select it to that one. Right. All of you regular guys know that I briefly touch on before we get started, whilst we wait for people to join up. We check the UK population. Now, look at this. It stopped. That's crazy. So we're going to refresh the screen and it's the same. This has never happened before. This is live. It should be. I'm refreshing the screen, as you can tell, and it's not moving. So what that's telling us is no one has died, no one has been born within the last 30 seconds or so. That is absolutely extraordinary, and it's never happened before. So it's probably, let's do it one more time. It's a safe bet to say that this website, Worldometer, has ceased to function. And this was fully operational on last Friday's live stream. And if you guys that were there can absolutely back me up on that, this has stopped. Oh my God, what is happening? So yeah, I just thought I'd point that one out because that freaked me a bit when I went to get all of its live stream set up tonight. So we are just going to quickly go on because we are still waiting for people. Like I say, time is the most precious commodity, and not everyone can make it here on time. This is also a good point to mention that if you are subscribed, please check that your notification bell is set to all notifications. On this channel, we regularly get YouTube just turn all of the notification bells to off. It's obvious that they don't want me reaching lots of people with this information. So if you could please check, that's a good move forward. Look at that, 888. Some of you guys know that I'm into my numbers. So we are going to ask, where are you guys watching from? And before we do that, oh my God, look at this. We have got Kaz, a new member. Welcome. We have got Alan, a new member. We've got Robin, a member, and that is absolutely fantastic. And also the first donation of the house, AMG Rider, as always, respect, oi oi, in the house. So yes, we are banging straight over to the live chat, and we're going to try and go right up to the top. Wow, you guys, I've had to set the slow mode on the chat to 40 seconds tonight. I've never done that before. It's always been 30. Um, I'm basically expecting quite a few people in it. It's nearly 1,000. Can you believe that? I also checked before I came on that the video I put up literally just over an hour ago has got nearly 5,000 views already. So people watching that are going to be joining here very soon as well. So we're coming down, and the first person is Mel Pence from Lincoln, and we've got Fresh Shot from Ohio in America. That's incredible. It's always good to have the Americans in the house. Here we go, backing up what I said. This is a non-BS channel. I'm not just making this up. Here we go. This guy here, this notification bell was switched off. So yes, it's really important that you check because they literally don't want me sharing stuff. Okay, I'm just here to help. End the story. Louise from Lincolnshire. Where we got Pilgrim Prepper. I've seen that guy in the Beaverine section of John's channel there. Plymouth, Massachusetts. Awesome. We got Frank over there in Liverpool. Um, look at that. The Don't Tread on Me, as you can tell, right there. Yeah. Yes, of course. Northampton. Um, we got Wessex John from Brizzle. I've got no idea where Brizzle is. Sorry, mate. Um, Ashlyn 217 from Central Oregon, United States. How awesome is that? Oregon. Yeah, there was something about Oregon, which is topical tonight. We won't touch on that later on. That person from Hungary and Budapest. I'm sorry, I don't want to risk butchering that cool name. Jay Rye from Lincolnshire. Um, right, and we've got Boney Gator from Halifax. Hi. Oh, look at this. We got Tom from Salford. Awesome. Welcome to the Salford Cats in the house. Nacho Man Randy Sandwich. How cool is that name? Respect to you for dreaming up such a wicked name from Limerick over in Ireland. And we've got Morgan71, a regular in the house from Carmarthenshire. Brilliant. Richard from North Staffs. We've got Justin, Jasper TN. I'm guessing that's Tennessee. I could be wrong. Hey, I'm a Brit. I'm learning this stuff, right? Oh, Shiva Shampoo and Pamela's in the house. A couple of errands. Awesome. Always welcome. Absolutely always welcome. We're coming down. We're coming down. Look at you people. We got 1,018 people right here, right now. We've got Handy Prepper from Indiana, which is amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Look at all these. We got Bill over in Brecon. Hi, dude. That's where my PO box is now. And yes, thank you to, I think there's 4 people who have sent stuff. I do apologise. I haven't been able to get to Brecon this week, but I will be doing so very soon. And yes, I might even do some unboxing videos because loads of people used to love watching me do that. If you're watching on the replay, hang in there. We are going to get going soon. I absolutely promise. Okay. Um, we're just seeing where all these people are from. Hey, we got Mark from Manchester. Yeah, lad. Wow. We got Isabel, obviously a well cool regular up there in Landod. And we've got another new member. Welcome to the Funky Fam. You are in safe hands here. And JJ Recon, another member, also from the Archaics family. And True Errants are in the house. Yes, sir. Well, this is looking good. I'm bringing it down because you guys are absolutely blowing up the chat right now. We got Stephen over in South Wales, and we got Alan down there in Kent. This is nuts. Oh my God, look at it. And we got Robin over in Florida. That's amazing. We got Dawn, Bernard Castle. I've got no idea what that is. You're gonna have to enlighten me, or someone in the chat. Maybe the moderators can give me a heads up. Also, check it out. Rachel says, and she is one of the top mods, hit the like button. Yes, I'll keep forgetting to remind you guys. So, hitting the like button really does help get this message out. And we're almost ready to start, which is good. Margaret Clark, I forgot to thank you for the donation on Friday. I'm so sorry. I've been absolutely up to here with it. And thank you so much to Margaret, the top um, donator on the channel. Margaret, absolutely top respect there. Thank you so much for that. Like I say, and it's true, you really are helping out a lot. Oh goodness, look at this. I'm bringing it down. I'm sorry, guys. This is too many people in here. What else have we got? We have got a donation from Keith. The new variant should be called PS24/7. Keith, well done. Okay, right. I've taken up enough of you guys' time. I'm guessing you're itching to get going with all of this stuff. So let's carry on, shall we? Now that is done out of the way. Right. So, who do we have to thank for lockdown? Any guesses? In fact, I'm going to throw it to the lions right now. What organization is the most responsible for lockdowns. Moreover, moving forward, okay, interesting to see how many people get this because I have not been BSing you. We are deep diving today. Okay. There we go. Look at this. Well done, Beth. Yes. The Who. Right. Let's have a little look about the Who, shall we? Right. Let me see. Right. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of history because not everyone knows everything, and I don't claim to know everything as well. Okay. That's why we've got an awesome community. So we can feed the pieces of the jigsaw puzzles together, and then we are going to see an awesome picture of what's actually going on. Don't believe the mainstream media, number one rule. And then also turn off the TV. Get rid of it. Don't watch it. It will save you. Trust me. So, the World Health Organization, founded in 1948. So, not long after the United Nations, okay? So, when World War II finished, it wasn't too long before all of these creepy, sinister organizations started to manifest in real terms, okay? So, the World Health Organization is a specialized agency by the United Nations that's responsible for public health. It consists of 192 member states globally. Let that sink in. Some, as the United Nations excluded, sorry, the same as the UN, excluding Liechtenstein and the Holy See. Now, I love seeing how much you guys know, so we're going straight to the chat. Thank you, Michelle, for that. I will do have a coffee. Thank you so much. Right, I said for Holy See. Can anyone tell me what that means and where it is? Right, the first person to get that is going to be put up live so the whole world can see just how good you are. Right, we're just taking that off. Sorry about that. We're going into the comments. Aha! I found a winner. So where is it coming down? Right, here we go. John Knox. Exactly. Vaticano, the Vatican. Vatican City, if you will. Yes, that is the Holy See. So, two, you could call them countries. In fact, the Holy See, the Vatican, is its own individual sovereign state or country, if you will. It's not part of Rome, it's its own thing. Okay. So, the Vatican and Liechtenstein are exempt from the World Health Organization. So, top tip, everyone move to Liechtenstein. You'll escape a lot of BS. Well done, John. So, the WHO is also domiciled, which means zero tax. Why is it that you and I have to pay tax? And I do know there's some clued up cats out there who don't pay tax at all. And there are ways and means to do that without getting shot at, if you know what I mean. But that's a whole new video, okay? Yes, the World Health Organization is domiciled, which means tax avoidance, okay, in Geneva. Now, what happens in Geneva? Yes, automatically, lots of us are screaming WEF, the World Economic Forum. Yes, indeed, and you would be right. There we are. Jason's got it. Jason knows. Freedom awaits. Oh, sorry, you guys are so fast. Jason Ward. Yes, the Devil's World. Absolutely. So, absolutely 100%. Geneva, Davos, exactly. All employees of the World Health Organization, all right, now get this, are exempt from tax, including all of the family have diplomatic immunity. So every member of the World Health Organization automatically qualifies for zero tax and also automatically qualifies for diplomatic immunity, but not just the members of that organization, all of their families too. So lots of us are fully aware of what benefits you get if you have diplomatic immunity. Pretty much the long story short is you can travel anywhere in the world without any questions asked. You can put anything you want in your hand luggage or your suitcase and it will not be searched. So, yes, from a sinister organization like the WHO, yes, how dare they tell us about restrictions and freedom of movement when they can openly pay zero tax and go anywhere they want in the world unchallenged and unchecked? Incredible. Right. Oh, also, thank you very much to Juliet for that super sticker. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for that. That's wicked. Right. Okay. So we are going to, I'm trying to get used to switching all of this stuff. 1,291 people in the chat. That's fantastic considering it's not a Friday and it's very short notice. So we get back to the World Health Organization. Okay. Now, also, the World Health Organization is completely unelected. All right. Unelected. No one voted for them. Okay. And they're unaccountable. They don't do anything about providing the funding going in, the taxes, etc. Zero. So, if you or I was to do something like that, what do you think would happen? Um, Bamajin, another new member in the house. Welcome to the Funky Fam. That's fantastic. Really good to see. So, yes, what are your thoughts about them being not held accountable? It's exactly the same as the European Union. Yes, not accountable and not elected. So I would say treasonous. Oh my God, thank you very much, Iona, for the super sticker. Really supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you so much indeed for that. Um, so, yes. Hmm. Now, who has, in brackets, the World Health Assembly, WHA, because everything is becoming abbreviated, just like the US military back in the day when the start and the birth of the military industrial complex was born. Yes, everything is being abbreviated. So the WHO has the World Health Assembly, which meets every single year in guess where? Where do you think they meet every single year for their round table discussions? First person to get it right gets pinged up on the screen. Let's get some interactions here because Christy says, I love your flat. No, this is a cottage. I'm on a mountain in Wales in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, for sure. So come on in. Who's going to be first? Ah, look at this. Here we go. Still ahead. Geneva. Exactly. And yes, Davos is the same thing in the same place. Okay. Well done for you guys and girls who got that right. Yes, they meet every single year in Geneva to discuss things which are not made public. So you've got an unelected body pretty much telling all governments around the world what they can and what they cannot do. And we're talking more a bit about that as we go through this live stream about what is earmarked for next year. And yes, it's going to shock a lot of people. All right. We are unveiling lots of truths in the live stream. Okay. You won't believe what's coming next year. Next year is going to be a nightmare. Not fear porn. Just wait and see. Come back to this video and tell me if I'm wrong. Right. So, yes. So, what do we do when we look at organizations, especially like that? It's the same old law which applies to us researchers. And I know lots of you watching do their own research. Excuse me. What do? Follow the money. Follow the money. Every single organization which I've debunked on YouTube over the last pretty much a year now, I've been exposing follow the money and where it goes. Okay, it's absolutely sinister. So, yes, that's my advice to you guys. Look into this. Like I said, all of the source links that's going to really get you started are right underneath this video. Click more, boom. There's about 12 of them already. And I'm going to be adding to that as we go through the next few days too. This stuff is a rabbit hole. I'm not joking, okay? Right. The WHO is funded by 86% from external sources. 86%. These figures are crazy what's coming down here. The second largest donor of the World Health Organization is, who's going to get it right? The second largest donor or company or body which gives money, donates money to the World Health Organization, the second largest on the planet. Who is it? Oh my God, look at this. I think someone's got it right. Shelley. Well done, Shelley. Yes, exactly. 100% on point. It's the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Fact. We're going to get onto some of that a bit later on in the live stream too. So stick around. Try not to step out of this because we've got stuff to show and it's crazy and it's all leading towards a lockdown here in the UK this year. We're going to tie it all up, a big bow on it, and get you guys to decide. Also, I remember seeing the results of the poll a long time ago, and it was about 60% agree that yes, we are going to have a lockdown this year. Can the moderators or someone let me know the results of the poll because I literally I can't see it. Oh my God, this is crazy. No, the poll's gone. I can't see it. Damn it. Excuse me. So yes, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, they are behind a lot of things. Thank you, Shiva. Awesome moderator in the house. 57%. Do you know what? That's pretty much more or less what I expected to see. I'll be honest, I would have expected the poll at the end of this live stream to literally be 50-50. Yes, we will. No, we won't. And that is very accurate. That is exactly what I was expecting. So that's good. And we can get into that as we go. Okay. 1,384 people chatting away, which is brilliant. So we go on. Also, the biggest investors in mRNA technology. They are by far the biggest investors in that technology globally. Just that one foundation. Okay. So we all remember what happened when Bill was in charge of Microsoft, and he literally thought, "Oh no, let's create a virus, and we can charge people to get it fixed." So when you see that template for real, why wouldn't he adopt that with the stuff him and Melinda are into right now? Very sinister, extremely sinister. Not only that, member states funding the World Health Organization is capped to 16%. It's changing all the time. It's ridiculous trying to keep up with these figures. And I know some people are going to dispute this, but like I said, I'll put links underneath where you can see. And bearing in mind, these figures are changing regularly. Okay. At the moment, that's what it is. But last year, it was 40%. 60% came from 276 private stakeholders. So there you have it. You've got an unelected global body with lots of clout and influence, absolutely tons and tons of money, more than all of us in the live stream together will ever earn in our entire lifetimes. It way surpasses that. More money than you can ever imagine what the World Health Organization has. And it's growing all the time. People keep throwing money at the organization. It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. Um, thank you. Oh my days. That's awesome. From Darren, my name as well, and Alison over on PayPal. Thank you very much for donating, and it looks like friends and family you've done, which is perfect. Really appreciate that because it's growing this channel. Like I say, it's my full-time job, and I'm researching like crazy to get all this stuff out there. So again, please like the video and share it. Get the link and share it all over the place. So yes, where did we get to? Absolutely, 276 private stakeholders. We don't know who they are. Nothing's accountable. We can't find out who those stakeholders are. They have got invested interest within that organization because as a stakeholder, you are wanting to go and see returns on your money, on your investment. And that's all it is. People are investing into that company. And yes, it is a company for returns. So what can we take from that? The World Health Organization, the old school saying was, we are here to provide global health globally, something like that. So when you hear what a famous person about 10 years ago once said, everything that you are being presented with, it's in fact the opposite. That's why we live in a chaotic world because people are believing on face value that whatever they're presented with is true. No, most of it is the opposite. Okay? So, based on that, I say sick people are big business. Okay. Can you imagine if a pharmaceutical company invented a cure for something? So you took that medicine or whatever and you were cured. Guess what? You've just lost the customer. They're not going to come back to keep buying, are they? So there's obviously a reason. It's almost like planned obsolescence, if you understand what that term is. Yes, sick people are big business. And there's no bigger business than the WHO, which we are screwing right now. Okay. And also now 80% are funded by non-member states. So it's completely out of control right now. Also, they have started up new organizations within their organization. So you can pretty much guarantee that all of this is being compartmentalized for real. Misinformation. Now, the Ministry of Truth and all of that sort of stuff. So basically, whatever they say is true, and no one can dispute it. Now, where have we heard that before? Who remembers that book? Very fine book, 1984. Yeah, double speak. It's exactly what it is. Also, for you guys who like researching, look into the World Health Organization in brackets One Health. Look at One Health. We could do a whole new video based on that, but we've got so much more information to go. We're just going to keep rolling with it, okay? Already it's been 35 minutes and we've literally just scratched the top of this. So, the World Health Organization can bring in these powers from a pandemic treaty. Yes. Who has heard of pandemic treaty? I know some of you guys have. Some of you guys probably have not. If you've not heard of this, look into it because guess what, guys? This will come into effect next year. Yes, there has been petitions to try and get things altered, but how it's looking, it ain't damn good. Right, so it's pretty scary actually, this treaty. So basically, they can enforce these things through emergency measures. Okay, and we're going to go on to a bit of that, especially with what we've done here in the UK. Pretty crazy. So basically, they can invoke these powers just on suspicion or risk. Yeah, it's just like the police would come and search you, and they say, "We suspect that you may be carrying a weapon," and they're allowed to search you. How can they search you without evidence, really, in a fair, just world? They suspect something. You got good cops and bad cops. It's completely down to those, and it is not fair. It's pretty much bordering along Napoleonic law. Okay, so you're innocent until you prove yourself guilty. It's pretty much it. Okay, so suspicion or risk of an international health emergency. Where have we heard that before? Exactly. All individual sovereign countries' powers will be suspended during this time. Now, how scary is that? Pretty much all of the sovereign states globally, when the time is right, or sovereign independent states will have pretty much zero power. It will all be handed over to the World Health Organization. Okay? Yes, the unelected body that's funded by lots of people who we don't know, and they pay zero tax. and all of their members and all of their families have diplomatic immunity. Now, does that sound like a fair, true, just organisation to you? I yes, cheaper shampoo in the house, good. Um, oh, every time I go to click on a comment, it just goes. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to sort of highlight stuff, but yes, it's absolutely crazy. Um, yes, also things have changed. Now, some of you are aware, some time ago, not that far back, there was opportunities for all countries to enter into that treaty draft to make or request amendments. Now, one of them, scary as hell, and that is the Article 3. That will scare you, what's happened, because it come from India. We're going to get onto that in a minute, okay? This new treaty states that all governments' reporting window for a global health emergency has now shrunk to just 72 hours. So any official body in any country around the world now has only 72 hours to send as much data and information as possible to the World Health Organization so they can add it to their data statistics in real time. Now, how many of you guys and girls research? And I know probably lots of you actually do. And how much research can you do? I mean, a real deep dive in 72 hours. Bearing in mind, you're going to have to sleep a third or even half of that. It's not much time. And I know lots of you guys have got full-time jobs, kids, all of that sort of thing. You've got household chores to do. So your time is very limited. Okay. 72 hours. How dare they amend that? But they have, and it's been passed. That is fact right now. Okay. So it's no adequate time to do any quality research into trying to funnel data into the World Health Organization, which most governments around the world are on board with. They are here to help. Like I said, no, it's the opposite. They're not here to help. They're there to hinder and make a lot of money from it too. So going back to the funders, like I said, follow the money. Now, some of these are not going to come as a great surprise to you. Okay. Now, top of the stack, the Rockefeller Foundation. Yes, they are big funders to the World Health Organization. Now, how many people trust the Rockefeller Foundation? Bearing in mind all of their fingers and all of the pies that they've got globally and have done for a very long time. Very long time. Okay. We have the Gavi Alliance. Gavi Alliance, it's another one to research and look into. The EU Commission, of course, they are unelected, just like the UN, just like the WHO. They are unelected. No one voted for them. How did they get there? Money, power, influence, knowing the right people. That's how they got there. Also, Rotary International. Look into those guys. The United Nations, CERF, look into those. And guess what? Of no surprise, the World Bank. The World Bank, yeah, heavily investing into the World Health Organization. And the United Nations, UNDP, they are investing too. Like I said, follow the money. And also, while you're there, look into sustainable financing. Look into that within the World Health Organization and the United Nations. It will seriously, absolutely blow your mind. And another thing, the World Health Organization funders the drug companies in order of huge amounts of money. So starting from the most donations going down to the smallest. Top of the stack, AstraZeneca. Yeah. GlaxoSmithKline. Remember those? And who remembers Johnson and Johnson? Yes. Moderna and indeed Pfizer. They all fund the World Health Organization. Why do you think that is? All you need to do is look at those five companies which I've just read out, try to find out as much information as you possibly can, whilst you've still got some degree of freedom on the internet, right? Look at the stakeholders, look at the shareholders of those five pharmaceutical companies. Okay. Those people are literally backing that horse to make a lot of money, and they have inside information about this sort of thing and how much of that they can make. At the same time, decrease the surplus population, which, if you don't know about Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030 or Agenda 20 or Agenda 50, you need to really pull your sleeves up and start looking, because I'm telling you guys, stuff's bad news, big bad news. And guess what? It's not the World Health Organization that they just fund. No, they absolutely fund, guess what? The NHS. Yes, the NHS. All of these pharmaceutical companies are giving money to the NHS. You get us loads of customers and get loads of sick people. Yeah, we've got the solution, which will fix them. But only for 12 months, because after that they're going to require this, which will cost this. All about money. Like I said, follow the money. If you follow the money about all of these things I've talked about, you're going to find out stuff which you just would not believe. And 9 times out of 10, your jaw will go, really? Yeah. I'm telling you guys, these rabbit holes blow your minds. Don't take my word from it. Do it yourself. Find time, make it a priority, have a look into some of this stuff. It's crazy. It will drive you nuts. So, we going back to what we said about India. Now, since April this year, there have been over 333, what a coincidental number that is, amendments to the treaty that we just mentioned. 333 amendments. Okay, so you look at the original one, it was bad. Okay, Article 3, moreover, should have been one of the few articles after the ones that I've read through, which should never, ever, ever be amended. Guess what? Yeah, it's been requested by India to be changed, altered, updated. Okay. Now, basically, you can look into this yourself without putting too fine a point on it. It's all about human rights. And this treaty originally stated that no one's human rights will be affected under this treaty. Well, thanks to India, they recommended that that be changed. And if it's an emergency, basically, you've got zero human rights. That Article 3 has now been altered. Yeah, guess what? When this stuff drops, goodbye to human rights. We're looking at next year. I know it's scary reading and it's horrible and it's not nice. There you go. Joan, get it? Yeah, it's absolutely black magic. And yeah, we are going to be looking into that as well. So, cast your mind back to the lockdown. Okay. So, we are not only talking about the West, so Europe, UK, and the US, we're talking globally, all around the planet. My personal viewpoint on what happened in 2020, it was a data gathering exercise outlined in the year before, 2019, by Event 201. Now, all you need to do is go into YouTube and type in Event 201. I think there were four blocks of videos and they're quite long. Okay. If you find time to watch all of those, it pretty much outlines all of what happened in 2020 and 2021 too. So, yes, it was an exercise. It didn't naturally happen. It was all planned to gather data based on different countries' scripts, which they were given to follow by, I could give you a guess. Yes, it was a data gathering exercise. And all they done was they gathered as much data from different scripts, from different response times, different reactions, different pushback from different countries. They got all of that data. They fed it into an advanced AI algorithm which crunched the numbers and gave the powers that be all of the answers that they will need should a real pandemic actually happened. So they've got that data. They're privy to all of that data. And guess what? It's in it's in the making right now. It absolutely is. So, like I say, cast one back to 2020. Who remembers seeing things like this? It's excuse me. That actually happened. Now, what I'm asking you guys to do, I'm hoping that lots of people watching this um, has got lots of evidence of what actually happened in 2020. We took photographs, videos, statements, newspaper articles, everything. The more of that information which we kept back and we've saved, I wouldn't store it on the cloud. I would store it on your own physical device and keep that out the way. If you want to be really safe, put it in a Faraday cage. Make sure that does not get tampered with, because all of that information is evidence. Yeah, 100%. And there is loads of stuff going on. Okay, I mean, just look at it. Save a life. Don't risk a life. Wear a face covering. It's just crazy. And it was absolutely everywhere. I know you'll remember what happened, and you see it with your own eyes. You lived through it just like I did. And it was absolutely shocking to see the amount of people who were falling for it. Look at the social distancing. Do you remember that? Do you remember how ridiculous the social distancing was? Do you remember how insane it was? Do you remember all of these? Empty tube stations, empty train stations, empty streets. I remember the 9th of March 2020 when my mother died driving around and I was the only car on the road. Yeah, I remember. I was there. I witnessed that myself, and I know lots of you guys did too. And I'd like to think that the majority of people watching this video did not take part in that exercise. And yes, it was an exercise, 100%. If you believe that that absolutely happened the way that they said it did, you have been fooled big time. And don't forget the age-old adage: the bigger the lie, the more believable it is. And yeah, look what happened on 9/11. You think that was real, how the mainstream said it was? No, that was a fire button. What happened in 2020 was another fire button. Okay? These fire buttons are going to be pressed as we go through this decade. So from 2020 to 2030, I'll tell you what, by the time 2030 gets there, not many people are going to make it. Now, I know that sounds like fear porn, but the way things are going and all of these plans and all of these organisations are being really looked into, people are finding out what's going on. But there's always going to be that element of people who just believe everything at face value. They have absolutely no desire to question anything. And them people are literally walking to their own graves right now. Just a matter of time. Yeah, we know how difficult it is to wake these people up, and it's not easy. It really isn't. So, like I said, the social distancing. How crazy was that? This is absolutely real. Okay, but look at this. I remember seeing this stuff. This actually happened. This was real. Someone was told by their boss to go around and do this to toilets. I was a facilities manager during that time, and I was told to put up plastic screens. I was told to put up signs everywhere. I was told to wear one of these. And do you know what I'd done? I went, walked out of that job. 15 years with massive prospects regard promoted to management, a huge increase in salary, and yeah, I'm not having it. I led by example. I walked the walk. It was a hard decision, but I done it. And I'll tell you this much: the second I walked out that door, do you know how I felt? I felt like I could do anything I want to right now. And since then, I have. I've worked for myself. I'm living the life I want to live in the middle of nowhere, away from all the freaking idiots in the cities who are going to be exposed to this level of BS control. 100%. So, who remembers what was happening at airports as well? Do you remember that? Look how crazy it is. Look at that. I mean, that was just all of it is brand new, like brand new clothing, trying to make people absolutely scared into doing as they are told. And another thing, you've got a fight to catch. No, you've got to be a good little person and you've got to stand in line with these ridiculous little pathways, just like you get when sheep are herded for shearing, etc. It is basically seeing how far they can push human beings to act like little tiny sheep. It's frigging embarrassing. Everyone there is wearing a little silly thing on their face, which they firmly believed would stop them getting the most deadliest disease known to man. That was literally what was being pushed. And don't forget, when everyone was doing this, what did they do? They all sat together on a frigging plane. Absolutely crazy. And they are still wearing those silly things on them faces, believing that they are going to save lives. So they spent all of that time with all of them gaps in between people, social distancing. No. And they all sat down together. Now I know people who have gone to restaurants, gone to places like Costa Coffee and all of that, and the same thing happened there. I saw it with my own eyes. I live down near Portsmouth. This is a place called Waterlooville in the shopping precinct, Costa Coffee. Some of you watching right now know exactly where I mean. So you had all of these markings on the pavement. You wanted to stand on these lines like a good little boy or girl, and you had to wear one of these. You had to have one of these things on your phone, like a little app, just like one of these. Okay, just like one of those. And then when it was your turn, when you got to the front, you had to give them all of your details. You had to show your phone and get it scanned with that lovely little QR code. Yeah. And then, if there was enough time and enough room, you were then allowed to go inside. And I believe at that moment in time, there was no cash handling and transfer of cash, which is obviously a private transaction, was deemed unsafe in what spread ZVAG, so card only. So once you've gone through all of that, what do you do? Just like what we saw here. People, social distance, done all of them silly little things what they were told to do because they really want that cup of coffee so bad, they're willing to just throw their freedoms away for that cup of crap coffee anyway, let's face it. And then they all sat down next to each other and took their masks off. Some people think that by doing that, they're saving lives. That's how much fear gets into people and controls them. Don't forget, the bigger the lie, the more convincing it is. 100%. So, whilst we're talking about moving forward, look at this. This is in the subway stations or the tubes over here in the UK, all right? Your DNA be your data. And yes, they do want everyone to have a phone and to have this app on there. It is absolutely going down that road. Okay? So let me see. Right. I'm sorry I've not had a chance to look at the chat. So if anyone has donated, I'll really apologise. I'm going to try and figure out a way to go and thank you all before this live stream is finished anyway. Absolutely insane what's going on. So if any of you guys watched the video which I've done before this one, the person who literally signed that treaty agreement on behalf of the United Kingdom was none other than this highly intelligent stroke intellect person. This, yes, the world's most incredibly intelligent prime minister that we've ever had for decades. Here he is. Yes. Now there's going to be some debate whether this guy you're looking at on the screen has the same amount of intellect as the potato in America right now. Crazy. People vote, unfortunately. I know lots of us, I don't. I don't vote. And do you know why I don't vote? And I know it's my right to vote or not. Okay? Our great grandfathers fought in the wars for our right to vote. But guess what? I only vote for someone I can trust. And personally, I've never trusted anyone in government since I was a little boy. So I haven't voted. Well, that's not strictly true. I voted once. And do you know who that was? I voted for Mr. Bean. I really did. Wrote it down and voted for him because that guy has got a heart. And everyone in politics Hasn't. It's as simple as that. Okay. There might be a few exceptions like backbenchers who have been there for years, okay, who literally entered the world of politics believing that they can make a difference. And there's not many left. There's not many, a very small minority who haven't literally taken the king's shilling, pretty much. Very few and far between. So yeah, there he is again. I know you love him. What an absolute joke. What an embarrassment. So we just go and see. Crazy. Like I said in the video earlier, right now, all of the NHS places in England and Wales, I'm not sure about Scotland, have been told to wear those things. Okay, so what that's doing is setting a precedent as we move forward through into flu season, which typically is like the second half of September moving forward. And guess what happens in September? I know lots of you guys know this, but for those of you who don't, lots of children go back to school. Okay, lots of parents who have had time off go back to work. So when kids go back to school, what do? They do what they do best. They spread germs like a frigging wildfire. They spread germs more than those fires in Canada right now. It's incredible. And the common term which is used to describe that are super spreaders because they literally spread germs in a super way. It's incredible. And like I said in previous videos, with all of the stuff which they have been spraying in our atmosphere all throughout this year, and indeed since the very early 90s, which I uncovered in a recent video, all of that stuff is absolutely helping block out the sun's rays. And where do we typically get our vitamin D from to improve our immune system in readiness for flu season, end of September, the last 2 weeks, moving forward? Yes, vitamin D comes from the sun. They have literally blocked out the sun for as long as they possibly can, as long as they dare, trying to make it look as natural as possible when all of the asleep people are concerned. Okay? So, all of this is being done slowly. It has to, because if they press that fear button and expected everyone to jump like they did in 2020, no. Do you know why? Because since 2020, so many more people are now aware of the scam. And yes, it is a scam. It's a game. And the ultimate price is you lose your life in that game. This isn't no joke, Jack. This is serious. How many people were left in care homes in 2020 which are no longer here because they done as they were told? Families weren't allowed to visit their dying loved ones. Now, that to me is absolutely disgraceful. As soon as it started coming out that this whole thing was BS, that should have been our line in the sand right there. You know, my nan or my granddad's no longer here because what you done, you deprived them of all of this care and you wouldn't let us go and visit them, especially during their hour of need, which is absolutely disgusting. I mean, can you imagine how scary it must have been for one of our elders to be lying in a care home with all of them masks and all of that stuff going on? Mate, you know, probably the heart is quite weak as you get really old. So that's going to be a shock, and that might be enough to just literally push those people over the edge, which is just ridiculously out of order, to be honest. So, what is the main culprit that we're talking about moving into this possible lockdown this year? Eris. Who knows what Eris is? Yes, there it is. There she is, right in the middle. The Greek goddess Eris. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into the chat because I haven't done that for half an hour. Who knows what the Greek goddess Eris is about? First person to say gets put up on the screen. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, check it out. The very beautiful Rachel from the Cotswolds has got it right. The goddess of discord. Congratulations, my darling. That is absolutely right. And you were the first. Well done, you. And it's true. The goddess of discord. So why would they name this variant something so sinister? They don't have to. In fact, I done a deep dive on this in a live stream not that long ago, and I picked out all of the names of the variants were all related to Greek mythology. In fact, let me just move that. I don't know why it's looking so bloody orange in here. Crazy. Looks like I'm in a submarine. I don't know why it's gone so orange. Maybe it's the energy bulb up there. You know what they're like. So yeah, apologies for the lighting. Looks a bit crazy, doesn't it? So we're going to continue. At the end of the day, it's all about the information. It's not about my boat race, is it? So yes, check this out. Now, how infectious is this new variant? According to the UK Health Security Agency, the UK HSA, the Eris variant is spreading rapidly with a weekly growth average of 20.51%. And that was the 20th of July. We're almost in September now. So do you think that that figure is a lot higher than 20%? I highly suspect it is. It might even be doubled. We just don't know. It accounted for roughly 14.5% of all the issue cases in the UK. Wow, bloody hell. And the UK HSA and the WHO are closely monitoring EG5. We spoke about that in a video which led up to this live stream. If you haven't watched that, check the video that I uploaded at 7 o'clock this evening on this day, and you will see a bit more information about that. Excuse me. So, yes, bonkers. So, yeah, the plan, the health security plan. Now, that is absolutely scary in itself, and it's all being done by design. A variant of interest, BOI. That's what the World Health Organization are now calling it. Okay, yeah, crazy stuff. So, like I said, they're doing this. They're actually doing it right now, all aimed at our beloved elders who have just talked about what happened in 2020. This is part of their campaign, which they're literally rolling out as we speak. Okay, so yes, look at this. If you're over 75 years old, which includes my dad, he's 77. Check it out. These guys are literally being made to feel part of a club because look at the images on that campaign. Yeah. Oh, I want to be like those. I don't want to let everyone down if I need to do my bit. Yeah. They make you want to feel included pretty damn much. So let's just drop some truth bombs, shall we? Now, check this out. This is from our learned friends here. Yes. Now, what have they got to do in all of this? Well, if you think the United Nations, the World Health Organization, and the WEF are not intrinsically linked, you need to do some research. Guarantee it. This was back in May. Okay. Already they're talking about this publicly. I mean, the gall of it is just shocking, to be frank. The WHO Pandemic Treaty, which we just talked about, what is it, and how will it save lives in the future? Like I said, everything they tell you is the opposite. Okay, look at that. Not save lives, take lives. And yeah, the imagery is just foul, absolutely disgusting, really. So there we have it. 2005. So you're looking at the time in the UK when Tony Blair was PM of the country. All of this was being set up way back then, okay? Long before 2020, when all of this stuff happened, okay? It's nuts. Like I say, they're absolutely not hiding this. And in fact, if you wanted to really dig into this, I've put source links to this information underneath this video, okay? Of course, everyone's just going to be agreeable. I mean, it's just so set up, it's so staged, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's so one-sided, and they won't have any discussion which is challenging any of this information, which is clearly wrong, absolutely fundamentally wrong. It's not yet clear. Oh my God, they know exactly what it is. So yes, that is just the WEF. That is just them. So this is quite interesting. You know what I said earlier on about them pharmaceutical companies? Okay? Wow, check it out. We all know who this little lad is, don't we? Of course we do. Now, bearing in mind this was February this year. Okay, the writings on the wall back then, so lots of people are playing catch up now. But did he benefit from that term there, the Moderna stock rise? Did he? Wow. Look at this. You need to look into this company here, right? These partners, which I'm going around here, which he was involved with. Okay, so we all clear on that? Good, because got some digging to do. You want to check this out? It's crazy. Here we go. Boss, you ready for this? So our PM, look, linked. Look at that. Profit saw 109 million. This was like the day after, pretty much. It's incredible. Also, look, you can check if you wanted to, company's house. Everything is all there still. And if all of these links are not working, there's a high chance that they could catch up with this and literally just break the links. But there is a website called Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine. Go into that, put the links in, which I've put underneath this video, and you can go back in time before they got them broken and they were absolutely open and work fully. Okay? Wayback Machine is an excellent tool for us researchers. If you don't know about that, yeah, make sure you use Wayback Machine. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, we go through this. Here we go. Check this. In 2020, Sunak hired this guy, John Sheridan. Who knows about John Sheridan? Haha. Right, that's another story because literally that takes 20 minutes to go through, and we're running out of time. Big story already. Partner of Felmy to advise the Treasury on X amount policies. The fund had invested 34% of its stock in Moderna, its single biggest investment, reported to be valued at $710 million. Guys, these people are literally in it for the money. 100%. Check this. Excuse me. Again, look at this March. So we're talking earlier this year. These three pages which I'm showing you are all around the same time period. Okay. Look at this. Manufacturing Moderna will build £150 million manufacturing hub in Oxfordshire. Yes. Oh my God. Jobs for the local community. How nice of them. Absolutely insane. £150 million manufacturing plant in Oxfordshire. Yes. And I think it was 2025, if I remember right, when this is due to be completed. But it wouldn't surprise me if they threw more bods at that to get that completed before, because next year's the year. There you go. Thought it was, which will be expected to be operating 2025. Okay. So yes, this huge big facility in Oxfordshire is going to be made just to do this. Why do you think that they are going to invest so much time, money, and effort into something which, in fairness, really shouldn't be a thing? Okay, here we go. It's worth noting this as well. Darius Hughes, UK General Manager at Moderna, said, when constructed, our facility at Harwell, that's where it's Harwell and Oxfordshire, will harness mRNA science. So, who is the biggest funder of mRNA? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which we touched on earlier. Science to aims to develop and deliver innovative, always getting that wrong, hoax for the UK public that address emerging threats from respiratory viruses facing our population. Again, this lady here, Dame Jenny Harris. Now, loads of people know about this lady. If you don't, check her background out, check out who her friends are, and check out all of her funding organisations. Quite scary. Now, look, this happens to be the CEO of the UK Health Security Agency, which we talked about earlier. They look forward to continuing our work with Moderna as we strengthen our XXX development and research capabilities, placing us at the forefront of new science and improving our ability to protect the nation, okay, from respiratory diseases and any future epidemic. It just makes me feel sick. Just keep going through all of that sort of stuff. Okay, so let me go to this one. We're starting to warm up now. 1,658 people in the chat. Awesome. If you can hit the thumbs up, it's very good. I'm really sorry about the lighting. I've got no idea why it's going so orange. I look like one of those Oompa Loompas. What the hell? Um, right. This one here. Now, this is starting to get juicy now. Institute for Government, okay? Really look into these people. There's some awesome information here. Government emergency powers and coronavirus. Now, look at this. Look at that. 10 days after my mum died in 2020. Yeah, that's when it was raw. That was when it was really ramping up. This was prime time. Okay. So everything's about timing, right? So once you've got that level of fear, at that date, it was probably the highest point of fear shared all over the UK as regards energy. Okay. So this was absolutely the time to ram that out there. What are the emergency powers? So if we, I'm trying to see, no, nothing's highlighted. It was, must have clicked off of it. So look, the term emergency powers usually refers to government powers to respond rapidly to a public emergency by making regulations without an act of parliament. Okay, so they can make regulations without it going through parliament, taking decisions without complying with statutory duties that it would normally have to comply with, taking actions that it would not normally be allowed to make. So these emergency powers literally put everything on pause. Everything. When can these be used? Now, obviously, there was the Control and Disease Act. That was way back in 1984. Things have moved on somewhat. Okay. The coronavirus bill was an interesting read when that came out in 2020. That indeed has been amended too, to its detriment because it's bad enough to start with, especially when here we are, that not the bill, they call it the act in the end. It was the bill, now it's an act, 2020. So yes, like I said, it's all changed. Okay. So these sorts of things basically are going to be turning over powers that we would normally have over to the WHO. I know. Mhm. Oh, that's just some blurb about the World Health Organization. We don't really need to do that. Um, this one was quite interesting. Let me just show you this. Oh God, where is it? Oh, there it is. It's a PDF, right? The link is below this video. As you can tell by the top, I've highlighted it and copied it, and that is below. So if you want to read all of this, it's insane. Something to note of interest. Okay, now Look at this. This briefing was the 2nd of June this year, so not that old, okay? The WHO Pandemic Preparedness Treaty. Look at this. This is interesting. A reform of the WHO alarm mechanism, the public health emergency of international control. Keep that in mind. PHEIC. This is what they are going to be operating when this kicks off. So, literally, when this operation gets going, because it's an operation, basically, it's just like what we saw in 2020 with this training exercise. Okay, same thing. This time, it's going to be a lot more serious. Now, I'm trying to remember because my notes were for the other video, which aren't here. I'm trying to remember, but on that video, I stated that I think it was May. That's right, it was May next year when this paper, this treaty, which the World Health Organization is literally on top of right now. It's being amended all the time. Okay, so you could probably find somewhere, but I haven't managed to find it yet. But somewhere's got the information links to go to where you can see daily changes or updates. Okay, sometimes they're not been updated. Sometimes one or two of them have been. It's changing all the time. It makes it very, very difficult to do that. So we are going to go a little bit different now, and I appreciate not everyone is going to be on board with this. All right, but like I say, when you lose the fear, you don't give them monkeys anymore. So here we are. Right. We are going into the wonderful world of these guys. Okay. Now, if any of you guys are involved in this organization who are watching, please try and remain open-minded about what we're going to be talking about. Okay. We don't need cognitive dissonance in this community. So we are looking at this. Now, that's another video in itself, whether you believe it's real or it's not. And that's another thing. So, here we go. We're going to read the highlighted section from this Masonic system. The officer nearest the altar represented the moon. In short, moon worship was as widely disseminated as sun worship. Masons retain her image in their rites because the lodge is a representation of the universe. You all know about the black and white check floor on there. That's another story. Okay, it's literally a grand chess game. It's huge. Where the sun rules over the day, the moon presides over the night. Okay, if you really wanted to, we could do some deep diving into um, rituals and Freemasonry, but because this is a prepper channel, I don't know if it's any interest. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to touch on that. Let me know in the chat. Either way, whether you think it's a good or a bad idea to do that. So, bearing in mind, May next year, which is when they have selected that particular month for that window to close on this very important treaty. Now, I highly suspect, no matter how many pushbacks, that unfortunately that treaty is going to go through. All right. So, what I propose to show you is why that time. Okay. So here we are. This, guess what? That 7th of April 1948. Yes, that is absolutely something to do with the World Health Organization and the guy in charge. Okay, the guy in charge. Yes. Guess what? Yep, new moon. When we look into new moons, in ritual terms, that is literally where intent-based things happen. That's the ideal time to perform rituals. And be under no illusion because these people, they do use rituals. Okay. Also, if you don't believe me, look at what goes on in Hollywood. Now, who knows anything about Hollywood? Okay, may or may not. So, bearing in mind, we've got nearly 800 new subscribers. I don't know who they are, I don't know what they know. So, predominantly for those guys who are paying catch up or you're trying to learn and educate yourself, this is an awesome hub for doing just that. Hollywood. Okay, where does Hollywood come from? Hollywood comes from the holly tree. Okay, wood from the holly tree. And holly tree, them pieces of wood from the holly tree were made into wands a long time ago to perform magic. It's pretty much a spell. Okay, so when you look at Hollywood, it is a vehicle for spells. Okay, even the frequencies that movies, television programs, etc., are at a certain frequency. Have you ever wondered what an audience looks like when they're watching a movie? Okay, if you was to get a camera, put it on the stage, and turn it and face the audience, and you just record it whilst they're watching the film, and you just sit there and watch the audience, do you know what you see? You would see the entire auditorium under hypnosis. Yes, that frequency is enough to literally just get people into that zone. And also, way back in the day, we're talking 60s, 70s, what they would do is they would flash a very, very small clip, literally pieces of a second. So the human eye could not see it, but the subconscious mind will absolutely see it. And do you know what they've done as an experiment to see if their theories were correct? They used to get, say, a photograph of a hot dog and a cup of beer, or sorry, Pepsi or something like that. Right, so get a photograph, real quick, flash it. And it would typically be between 10 and 20 minutes before an intermission, so a break. You're watching a film that's 2 hours long, maybe an hour, everything stops, the lights come on, people get up, they have a break for 20 minutes, if they want to have a pee, something to eat. But guess what? They showed as an experiment that short, very quick photograph of that hot dog and that Coke. Yeah. And guess what? You should see the queues for the hot dogs and the Cokes as soon as the intermission started. The queues for all of the nachos and things like that, there's hardly anyone there. So it's proven that it works. And that technology is way old. The stuff that's out there right now is insane. Absolutely. So bringing full circle, yes, they do use rituals to do all sorts of things. There's a reason why people are selected to be involved in these organizations when they were born, what star sign they were, what's the full moon doing, what was the new moon doing around that time, when these organizations were set up, when they set up things to start the treaty, which is talked about, and when the cut-off date was. Yeah, absolutely. You look into it and look at the dates, you wouldn't believe it. And all of it absolutely is, they are using rituals. They are using the dark arts, the dark side of the craft. And they're trying to do everything they can to make this stuff happen. Absolutely true. Now, I know, oh my God, I just looked at the comments and it just says 666. I'm not joking. Oh my God. But yes. So the main answer, the main question is there going to be a lockdown this year? And earlier on, when I saw the poll, it was at 50-50. Now, I know that when this treaty, the deadline runs out, and whatever state that treaty is in at May next year, 2024, that is going to be final and it's going to be approved. It doesn't even need royal assent, which is basically outrageous. But this is it. They operate outside of sovereignty. They're their own independent enigma. It's insane what they can get away with. And they've been getting away with it since 1948. Okay? Just like the UN has. They can go around and pretty much do what they want. They're not elected. Like I said, they don't pay taxes, all of that stuff. So next year, when that treaty comes into play, all they have to do is the head honcho, and we all know who he is at the WHO, okay? All he has to say is there is a risk, there is a threat, or there actually is a threat to the global health of everyone on the planet, pretty much, not just the UK. When that is announced, automatically that treaty literally just gets rolled out globally from that moment on. Okay. Now, like I said, Article 3, when it was amended from everyone on the planet, remains to have the human rights in place and not be affected. That's been changed already. Okay, so basically, as soon as that bill or whatever you want to call it comes in, because there's a serious global health risk, and the only way that they can do that, all it needs is yes, there is. We don't have to give you any proof from the head honcho. Yes, on that second on, boom, no human rights, all sorts of things. But the problem is we're trying to look into the updates of how this is going, and there is still time to do petitions to try and get this at least debated in Parliament. Okay? At least. Now, some of us know the MP who has been standing up against all of this. I can't really say his name, but it's the first part of his surname is something which goes over water, which people can cross over. Okay, yes, that guy. He needs support. It seems like he's doing all of this by himself. He needs more help. He needs more people within Parliament to grow a pair and stand with him to absolutely get this stuff at least talked about. And it's shocking to see him trying to defend all of us with our freedoms, etc. And it's just fallen deaf ears. It's a travesty. Really, really is a travesty. So it's looking like guaranteed next autumn there will be a global lockdown. There is lots of speculations, and they've literally ramped up production at Porton Down, which we spoke about on other videos in Pandemic 2.0. Then they are already producing one of those for disease X. They're already doing it. They have been for weeks and weeks now already, maybe longer, but this is just what we're being told about in the public arena. So and now we are seeing the NHS literally starting, ramping up towards this flu season by wearing masks. Okay? Already, we have seen evidence from the UK Health Security Agency that a campaign is already begun about doing that to our elders, over 75s. That is in play right now. And we are still in July. Bearing in mind, this sort of stuff happens in the last week or two of September. So you're starting to see it more leaking out in the press, especially in America with this variant, EG5, I think it is. It's really gaining traction. So I suspect that you are going to be seeing an increase in drip feeding this sort of news material daily on the mainstream media. When you start to see it every day, and it starts making more headlines, because if you've noticed, they've pushed it right down. They've not made it big headlines as yet, but I suspect that they will. And if you're seeing a massive increase in mainstream media, everything, not just TV, radio, etc. Okay, when you start to see loads of stuff talking about this strain is getting out of control, blah blah blah, then yes, there is. Um, it's still 50-50. I don't really want to say because it's very hard to call. It is possible that there could be a lockdown this year, and I suspect if they do have the balls to press that lockdown fire button, I highly suspect that there will be massive pushback, huge pushback. I believe in my heart of hearts that there is a majority of people in the UK who are aware of what's going on. It's been growing since 2020, big time, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down. So if they do have the balls to press that lockdown button this autumn, winter, so it could be anything from the middle of September, right up to I'd say end of November. That would be the window to press this fire button. It's going to be chaos. It really is. So I'd say this year it's 50-50. And it's still 50-50. It can go either way. Next year, guaranteed there will be a global lockdown. I guarantee it from what I've seen and how this is panning out. Why would they want to push all of these powers through? Why would they amend it? Why would they bring the reporting window down to just 72 hours per state globally? Why would they do that? They're trying to make it as difficult as possible and they're trying to get it through because they know full well once that goes through in May next year, and like I said, it's all going on full moons and all of that stuff. It's really sinister what's going on. Expect big changes next year. Seriously. So, as promised, I'm going to try my best and go through. Oh my God, what have I missed? Um, Juliet, thank you for that super sticker. That's awesome. Bama Girl, new member. I'm sure I've already done this, but I'm just double checking. 1664. Look at that. The birthday of the Royal Marines on the screen in the chat. Shout out to the Marines in the house. Green Berets. Yes, sir. Iona, thank you for that donation. And Independent Puppy. Wow. Yes, money is this. Oh, thank you for that. I haven't had a drink for ages. Do you know what? I haven't had a drink for a while, but I might have one on Friday, this live stream. I think I'm going to need it after all this research. It's driving me mad finding about all this stuff. Footprints, awesome. Now, this is an aware girl for sure. Okay. If you've got any questions, she's probably got a lot of answers. Fair play. And she's a member too. Members are really cool. And everyone hit the like button. And thanks for that donation, more lovely. It's fantastic. Really appreciate that. We've got radio waves. Thank you for that. Why do we burn Guy Fawkes? Yes, that says a lot, that statement. It really does. Thank you for that, Radio Waves. That's fantastic. And we got Stephen, another new member of the house. Excellent. And thank you for that donation from Lux Report. Check Colossal Sunspot due to send a CME next week. Ah, now you're talking about Sun. That's another story. Rumor has it that someone that most of us look up to, suspicious observers, there's rumor going around that it's a setup. Yeah, it shocked me. I have not had time to look into it. It's just what I've been told. I don't know if anyone else has got any similar on that. I'm hoping it's wrong because I kind of like the guy. You know, Ben does a lot of work, but you know, what do we really know? So I'm bringing that right down. Just say no to the whiskey shot. Shut a hoot, huh? I'll say, I'll say. Mhm. Wow, you guys are awesome. I need to check because oh, it is happening again. Um, thank you to I'd say Sheila or Chella. I'm really sorry if I butchered that name. Um, wow, thank you, Linda. Amazing. My God, you people. Awesome. Oh my God. And again, and every week. Thank you for those awesome donations over on PayPal. You guys are amazing. Like I said, we really need to look into this. Okay, this treaty that the WHO are doing, we need to find everything that we can about how that's progressed. We need to find out when there's deadlines, when this can be challenged. Because let me tell you this: remaining silent is not an option. Something needs to happen. If we just don't do nothing, it's going to be given as okay. We'll roll it out then. Insane. Um, Julia, thank you for that, sweetheart. That's very kind. Really appreciate that. And God, JJ Triple Eight. Wow, dude, thanks for that donation. That's beautiful, dude. And thank you, Mike, as well. You didn't have to, sir. I really appreciate it. Oh, you guys are loving me too much. Thanks again. Wow, you're absolutely awesome. And, I really appreciate that. Seriously. But yes, we really need to start doing some digging. Um, I'm not going to be a big head and say I'm doing this all by myself. Of course not. There's many of us doing things like what I am. Okay, looking behind the radar, looking what's going on, finding names, finding investors, following the money, finding parent organisations. All of these things need to be looked at. Okay. Now we are very fortunate enough at this time right now that we have access to the internet. At some point in time, is yet unknown, there will be no search engines for the internet. They will all go, yeah, including Google. Now, that is a big statement. Excuse me. They're all going to go. And it's going to be replaced with open AI. Yeah. So basically, you've got a little box, you type in a question, boom, you get an answer, and that is it. And let me tell you this, based on what I've done, and some of you have already seen in the live stream already, we actually tried ChatGPT. We tried it. We asked some pointed questions, and it's blatantly obvious right from the outset that all of the answers which come back are heavily agenda sidelined. They are pro agenda replies. So that is going to be your only feedback from the internet. That is it. So we do have to do what the old Roots reggae song said: make good use of good things. This internet is a good thing. Yes, it can be misused for all sorts of nefarious activities. That's been globally observed for a long time. But it's a good tool. It's a good tool to learn. Okay. And yes, at the same breath, we do realize that it is being edited all of the time, which is where cross referencing with internet searches, research, and old books. If you want to look at old books, look at my friend Jason of Archaics. Okay, we've already got a couple of Archaics hats in the house right now, and they are so good. I've made them moderators because they know school. These are aware people, and we need aware people in this community. Um, Sammy, thank you for that. I'm sorry, I got a bad cough, but yeah, I'm still trying to get over this. God knows what it is. Will the EU have national conscription? Um, Possible. It's possible because we all know what's going on in Ukraine. I don't really talk about Ukraine because, in my personal opinion, everything going on in that part of the world is probably one of the biggest sideshows in decades. Okay, you could literally spend all of your available time looking into that, and you're still not going to know what the truth is. It's a waste of time and energy. So, I'm guessing that you're indicating, Mr. E, towards conscription regarding that BS which is going on in Ukraine. Um, I don't give it any energy, mate. Personally, I really don't. I think it's a big sideshow. I know it's awful and it sounds bad because there's a lot of suffering there, but globally, there's more important things at stake than that. And that sounds terrible to say because we're talking a big loss of human life there. It is a slaughter. But when you look at the bigger picture, there's 8 billion people on this planet. And I would say there's going to be a percentage of that population that are not going to be here in 6, 7 years. That looks like how it's going. So, like I said, these people, or whoever you want to call them, who are behind all of this, yeah, they literally just want everyone gone, pretty much. Oh, bloody hell, look at this. That is an amazing. Thank you so much for that donation. That is bus driving. Wow, what a name. Wow, thank you, brother. That is amazing. Oh my God. I never expected this because we don't usually get this sort of feedback only on a Friday. And here we are, Wednesday, and boom, you guys are amazing. So I'm just going to pop down to the start and make sure, yes, I've got everyone. I'm going to double check. Yes, there's no more donations on PayPal. That is now closed. And there we are. All I need to do now is say, please share this video. Okay. Go to your URL, right click, copy the link, send it to as many people as you can because I've got a feeling that this video is going to be mucked around with at least from YouTube. Okay. Already, I've got a few videos out. One of them is not viewable in certain countries. One of them has just been slapped with an age restriction of 18 only, when all I was doing was I was using a little pump to blow up a camping mattress. Yes, they restricted it to over 18s only. I have been getting messages and information from people who are here in the chat right now and on my email account, which the email address is under this video. All right. The notifications have been turned off. I know. It's insane. Notifications have been turned off to lots of my subscribers. So when I do a live stream, because let's face it, these are appearing to be more popular. Lots of people want to get loads of information from the live streams, and also they want to interact in the chat, which is exactly what you guys are doing now. Okay, you're making contacts, you're forming your own communities, and I've said it lots of times. This community here is an aware prepping community. It's not just a prepping community. There's people in it who really know what's going on around the world. It's not some people who are doing prepping just for a hobby and they don't care about what's been going on since 2020 or over, right? So, absolutely, yeah, the email address, right? It is below this video, and please feel free to email me anytime that you want. If you want to remain anonymous, absolutely. In fact, the majority of people who send me emails giving me pieces of information want to remain anonymous for obvious reasons. Okay, I do understand it. I do know that what happened in 2020 has literally split family like that, and it split friends like that. I've had a good friend that I've known for donkey's years. We're not friends no more. So I get it. I know. If you want to remain anonymous, you can still email me and say that. Okay, but you must say it. Um, Usually, I don't give the names out of the person unless they specifically say, I've got no problem with you reading that one. That's fine. Lots of people do that. Most people say, I wish to remain anonymous. OPSEC, operational security. Lots of military guys would know what I'm talking about. So yeah, the email address is very real. The mailing list, damn. I said I was going to do that Monday. I've just not got around to it. I literally got wiped out yesterday and a whole day of nothing. I was quite ill. I had some energy today and I pushed on with this message because, like I said in the video I've done before this live stream, the emails. Oh my God, the emails. So many people are saying, is there going to be a lockdown? Is there going to be a lockdown? Have you read this? Look at this link. Watch this video. Oh my God. So that is it. I've just done a rabbit hole all day, bringing all of this information to the fore and sharing it because, like I said, if you share this video, you're actually going to help because I really do think that they're going to do something with this live stream. They're just going to put it, okay? So yes, the mailing list. If you are new, like there was 700 plus, I think there was subscribers in 7 days. Um, there is a link below this video. You scroll past all of those source links, which I provided for free. The mailing list. Okay, if you're on that, all you need is a name and an email address. They don't even have to be your real names and email addresses. Okay, you just have to put something in there, and you will get that user. I put stuff on there which I can't talk about on YouTube. And if my videos get pulled, or God forbid this channel goes, I can still keep in contact and provide you information and guide you to alternative media platforms or over my website, which is currently under development. Yes, I upload onto Odyssey daily. Check that out. Okay, that is awesome. Like I said, if you're watching in a replay, this is a donation-based channel because I spend all my time researching and making videos, and I don't do anything else. So yeah, if you can, it really helps. Some of you awesome people have done fantastic tonight. That is just amazing, and I really do thank you for that. You guys are awesome who's donated, and I know some of you guys. Every now and again, I just get a donation from PayPal during the week because I keep forgetting because this is a live stream, it gets replayed and you can watch it whenever. And one of the things which I love to do when I set up the live streams, when I do them, is I enable live chat replay. It always remains unchecked. So if I didn't go and check that box, when people watch the replays of this after the live stream is finished, they can absolutely watch because I've enabled it, the chat. So all of you guys chatting right now, all of your stuff that you've been putting in there is going to be viewable by lots of people. Now, like I said, the live stream I done only 2 weeks ago has had over 102,000 views now. It's gone up another 1,000 whilst we were transmitting tonight. Okay, so if you want your comments and thoughts about all of the things I'm talking about, please put it into the chat because it will be replayed. And like I say, if you can donate, it's amazing. It's really appreciated. And someone asked me, my PA got in contact with me because someone wanted to see this, which I'm very proud to show. I must admit, when I got this and I've done a video on it, I just put it in the box. I was really humbled by it, and I just felt like I didn't want to come across as being big-headed by having this all of the time. Um, but I'll tell you this much: since not long ago now, within the last 2 months, I have been losing the fear for real. It's just incredible. I've literally gone on to the next level now. The fear is all but gone. I am not scared anymore. I'm not going to be crazy and say I'm not scared of anything, of course, but the fear is going. And when you lose the fear, my fear was I didn't want to show this because I didn't want to come across as being arrogant or big-headed or show off or nothing like that. And I thought, no, that's just fear-based. I'm scared to do that in case of what people thought. I wanted to show this, and I'm going to try and display it permanently in the background, just to remind every single one of you who's kindly subscribed to my channel since I started this venture in January 2012, all those years ago. Yes, all them years providing free content. Now it's my job, and I get this because people subscribe and they kind of like what I do. And this is for you guys. Every one of you subscribed, made this happen. All I do is help people and make videos. So this means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to you, and I can't thank you enough to contribute towards making this happen. So you guys, there you go, 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Blows me away like freaking crazy. But yeah, the guy who wanted me to show that, he also wanted to know what my PO box is. Now it's like a PO box. This has only been set up recently, and like I said earlier, from what I understand so far from my friend who regularly visits this PO box place in BRECON, he said there's 3 parcels for me. So this guy wanted to know where it was, and that address is directly below this video. It's underneath all of the source links which I'll put up there. Okay. So yes, you. I didn't catch what your name is. My PA forgot to tell me. But yes, whoever you are, the information for that PO box, send me stuff because it's amazing. You guys send me stuff. Yeah, there's 3 things waiting already. That's below the video as well. So let's put all that off. It was a bit hard and a bit embarrassing to say all that, but like I say, I'm losing the fear now. I just don't freaking give a rat's ass anymore. Um, so, my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God. We got another, because there was one more before the live stream, we got another 6 new members. Fantastic. And I'll tell you what, I can't thank you guys from across the pond who has come over from Prepper Nation. Amazing. And yes, I guarantee you that I will be doing a joint live stream on this channel with John from Prepper Nation soon. I'm hooking up with him in a couple of weeks. We're going to fresh out of time. We're going to announce it and we're going to roll with this, yo. So yeah, the Beaverins and the Funky Fam, one family in the house, guaranteed. So thank you ever so much to everyone who's taken part in this live stream. Like I said, please bloody share it. It's really important. Even if you don't do it or you haven't done it before, share this one because I think it's going to leave in a sense, but it might have even been demonetized already. I just can't tell from here. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much. It's incredible. And if you subscribed, really appreciate it because 700 or so in a week, we're getting back to what we did before they literally slammed me big time. I just cut my tongue out because I couldn't say anything. No one was getting notified. It was freaking ridiculous. But we're winning. And I'm trying to tell you guys, lose the fear, keep going. Because if I filled myself up with fear, I'll give up. But guess what? There will be no more YouTube channel now. I would have literally gone, I'm making all these videos. I don't want to see them. I'm going to have to think of something else. Jack it all in and become a postman for minimum wage. Really? No. Empower yourself by working for yourself. It's the only way out of this mess. But like I said, we're getting back. We're winning. We're pushing forward. We're not giving up, and we're giving fear the finger. Amen. damn straight. And also, everyone who's donated, you guys are freaking amazing. I mean, I really didn't appreciate that. I am not going to lie. No, really? More David and who's that? Cheryl. Thank you so much for those donations as well. That is bonkers. I'm gonna have to call this a night because I could be here all night saying thanks. It's just crazy. But I think you get the drift. Everyone is donated, especially you guys on the replay. I can't tell you how much appreciative that is after this live stream is finished. And yes, we are going to be back Friday. And if I'm finding the energy, I'm going to do another one on Saturday. And after that, I think I'm going to take a week off live streams because I need to get some nature time because this information is quite draining. Okay, so we all need to know and trust our intuition that time's coming. I need to just step out of this and go into nature and reset myself. Okay. If you like all that stuff, check my videos. There is one called Our Great Reset. It's great little video. Well, I say little, it's only 2 hours long. If you want to escape from all of this, go through my videos and look for Our Great Reset. It's a picture of me in front of the campfire. If you want to break from all this crap, it's amazing. Um, and also a big shout out to Margaret Clark. She's incredible. And if anyone starts having a go at Margaret, come see me. That's what I'm saying. This woman is amazing. You won't believe how amazing she is. And yeah, much respect to Margaret, 100%, all the time. So, what we're going to do now is say our last thanks to all of the moderators. Not another one. You know where to go. Look, you keep throwing bloody donations at the channel. Oh. The No Fear Army is here. Footprints, you really didn't have to do that. Oh my God, you're amazing. Honestly, it's a bit much, to be honest. Enough already, okay? Jesus. All of the moderators, okay? And I know that there was two new ones joined tonight, over from America. Again, stop. Anthony, thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, all of the moderators are doing such an amazing job because let me tell you this, with this level of intel which I'm releasing out there, hoping that it doesn't get the live stream banned. So like I said, you really got to share it if you can. Telegram and Facebook and WhatsApp, they're the big three that just get it out there because if this does get pulled, lots of people are going to fail to know what the WHO have got planned. Okay. Oh, I've been hammered again. I'm my bus driver ninja. Christ, are you serious? Well, thanks. Listen, I've got to go, man. This is just overwhelming. I can't do this. This is just too much. I'm going to be giving some of these donations away. I'm paying it forward. That's way too much. I don't deserve all that. So, yes, the moderators, you guys are keeping it real. Without you, it'll be a frigging war in the comments because this sort of level of information does rub people up the wrong way. So, we need you. And thank you so much. And yes, there will be a live stream on Friday at 8 o'clock. We're moving the time forward to 8 o'clock because, like someone said to me, um, lots of people usually have things to do Saturday morning or they've had a long day at work. It's hard to stay awake until half 10. So I thought, okay, well, do you know what? Let's do an experiment and see if most people prefer to watch the live streams from 8 till 9:30, give or take. If that's the case, then we're going to keep it to 8 o'clock. So if that's all right with you guys, let me know in the comments under the video. Oh my God, still, Keith, get some buns for your burgers at your campfire. Nice one, I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, next time I do a camp, I'm going to be doing burgers. Keith's idea. Well done, Keith. You're a star. So then, thanks ever so much for everyone for taking part in this. Um, much love. Lose the fear. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.